So is it autism or is my child just ignoring me? Many parents have asked themselves that question, and when it comes to autism, the answer isn't always so clear. But there's a pretty straightforward way to address this. So let's go take a look. Characteristics of autism include auditory processing delays and limited receptive language, which makes following directions challenging. Like any kid worth their salt, kids will ignore their parents and pretend they didn't hear them, especially when having to do something they don't want to do. So what to do to address this? Well, if it's a language processing issue, which it may be, and again, we don't always know, it could be one or the other, but there's one way we can just approach this that kind of hits both. So if it's language processing, what you want to do is guide your child to the direction while giving the direction. So you might say, oh, put your car on the shelf. And the child ignores you, but you're not sure is that they didn't understand me or they don't feel like it. Either way. So that what you do, you come over and you hand over hand, take the car and say, put the car on the shelf while you're assisting them taking that car and putting it on the shelf. It's very similar to learning English as a foreign language. My background, I actually have a degree in French, so I had to learn a foreign language from scratch, and that was hard. But I use a lot of the skills that I learned and how I learned a foreign language and apply it to working with the kids with autism, because they are not just picking up English the way we do. They have to be taught very discreetly, just like one of the first things you learn to do is ask for things. So you go to another country, you're going to learn I would like, and then you point, because you're not going to know all the words. And for working with kids, we work on manding first or requesting first so they can express their needs. You want to follow along, so it's like you don't understand my words, so I'm pairing these words with an action. Even if it's like, oh, come here, and they don't come. You go over to them, you help and you guide them over to you while you bring them back to the spot you originally were. You're assisting them and say, this is coming here. Or you can just take them and pull them and say, come here. So when they hear those words, come here, now they're realizing, oh, that's what you mean. So that's one way to address that. So it's a matter of, you don't understand my words, I'll pair them with the action, and you do that repeatedly, then they start to understand. Now, if it's a matter of compliance and they just don't want to do it, they don't want to get ready for the bath, they don't want to stop playing to go have dinner, then you do the same thing. So, oh, you need to clean up, it's time to get ready for bed, and it's ignored. So then you get up immediately. You don't want to keep repeating yourself. You don't want to say, oh, come on, let's go clean up. We got to clean up. It's time for bed. Let's go to bed. Come on, clean. You got to come on, clean up. Because you're just training them that you're not going to get up and do anything. So they're just going to keep pushing it and making it harder for you. So what you want to do is you say it once. They don't respond. And not in anger. You get up and you hand over hand guide them. Oh, this is putting this on the shelf. Or this is cleaning up your toys. And you just guide them. And so what may happen in that scenario is that you're going to have a child start to fight. They don't want to do it. They're pulling away. And so you just maintain your cool and you just continue hand over hand. You don't get emotional. You don't respond. They may accidentally hit you or intentionally try and hit you. And you're not going to turn and be like, don't hit mommy. You don't hit daddy. They're trying to disrupt you. They're trying to keep you from making them do it. And if they can delay it in any way, even if it is to get you angry and stop, that little brief moment, they're not cleaning up. They don't have to leave what they're doing. So you want to hand over hand. Say the same thing. Here, let's clean up our toys. And you assist hand over hand. And as you get them going, you can kind of just pull back gradually, point to the items for them to put away, and keep going. Either way, you still want to do the same thing. You're going to pair your words with the action. And the important piece here is that you want to make sure that it's on you say it one time, and if they don't do it, you get up and you show them. And it's not out of anger, because what happens a lot of time is like, come on, let's clean up those toys. Come on, I need you to do that. Let's go. It's time for bed. Go clean up. And we repeat, and we repeat, and we repeat, but we're not getting up and doing anything. We're not like you need to go clean up those toys. So they're going to push it and push it. And by the time you do get up, now you're really angry. And then you're like, I said clean it, and now we're in a bad place. And that's just not helpful. So you really want to make sure you say it once, you get up, and you help them. Now, the other thing is, there's a real benefit to it in the end, and it had happened to me so many times, is that I go and say, okay, I need you to put the book away. And they don't move or pretend they didn't hear me. And I may be sitting in my chair with my legs crossed. I just have to uncross my legs, and they hear my foot hit the floor. And it's like, oh, she's coming. So if your child sees that every time you say something, you're going to immediately follow up with a follow through, they're going to quick do it. And so then you really won't have to get up every time. So if you set that up early, and always after you say it one time and they don't do it, you're just going to help them. No hard feelings, just, oh, this is what I mean. And clearly you didn't understand. And that's how you handle it. And you do that consistently, you will see it will be so much easier. And again, just the, I'm ready to get up out of my chair is enough to make them move. So if it is a compliance issue, and if it's a language issue, a language processing issue, well, we're really building our receptive vocabulary because you're pairing it with the action. So let me know how that goes for you. Please leave any comments, questions, concerns, and how you make out with this technique in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.